Well, hey everybody, how's it going? Welcome back to my channel, and welcome to another episode of Your Pepper Questions Answered. Hi there, hello. Welcome back to another episode of YPQA, where today I answer the question, where does Scoville even come from? What does that word mean? What is Scoville? Scoville is short for Scoville heat units, which is from the Scoville scale, which is the scale that we use to measure heat levels in peppers. Scoville units being the units of heat. The higher the unit number, the hotter the pepper. The Scoville name, the Scoville word, the Scoville everything, all Scoville, blah, 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 Scoville, all comes from an American pharmacist in the early 1900s named Wilbur Scoville, who lived from 1865 to 1942. Wilbur Scoville developed the Scoville scale and the test and everything to determine the heat level of peppers. What he used was an organoleptic test using human subjects to figure out the heat level of peppers. The organoleptic test is basically dried peppers put in alcohol, dissolved in alcohol, to extract capsaicinoids, which is then diluted in sugar water. And the amount of capsaicinoids and basically dissolved until you can't detect the heat anymore. The more you need, the higher the number, the higher the number, the hotter the pepper. And it was put on human subjects who, of course, are subjective. Some people can handle heat better than others. So the original Scoville tests and original Scoville numbers were not objective. While they, you can say that this pepper is hotter than this one, exact numbers were always just kind of a matter of contention. On a side note, Wilbur Scoville actually published a book in 1865 called The Art of Compounding, which had 8 or 9 reprints and was one of the first references ever to milk helping aid in pain relief for the mouth burn from capsaicin. So Wilbur was kind of ahead of the game on that one. It's 160 years ago, 170 years ago, this guy's on point. So that's kind of cool. Since organoleptic testing was so subjective and always there was just such a room for error, that test has kind of gone out the window, and these days they use what's called high performance liquid chromatography, or HPLC for short. HPLC measures the concentration of capsaicinoids, and then the quantified results can be multiplied by 16, because it's in parts per million, and it can be multiplied by 16 for a true SHU number, because pure capsaicin is 16 million SHU. So any number you get with HPLC, you multiply by 16 parts per million, things like that. I don't actually understand how HPLC works. It's incredibly detailed. I read and reread the Wikipedia page about 4 times, and it's just a little over my head. I might know a lot about peppers, but I'm not an HPLC guy. So if you want a better description of how HPLC actually works, what chromatography is and all this stuff, check out the Wikipedia page, because I absolutely don't get it. That is pretty much where Scoville comes from. It's not a very long video. There's not a lot to talk about. Wilbur Scoville developed a test and a scale to measure heat level in peppers, and it's what we use to this day, even though his method isn't as scientific as HPLC, which is the method we use today, but we still use his name and his measurements. So that's about it. That's this episode of YPQA. Nice short one. And I'm going to go to the outro where I wear a nice hat. Thanks for watching that episode of YPQA. As always, if I can help you with anything, throw it down in the comments and I'll get to it as soon as I possibly can. But until then, have a lovely however long it is till I see you next. Take it easy.
Oh my god, what a dork.